Hey people, this is Virginia Wyckoff coming to you from Moscow, Russia with KSU News Now. We are reporting on the 2018 FIFA World Cup and here to break down the games you may have missed. So without further ado, let's break it down.
One life, live it up, 'cause we got one life. One life, live it up, 'cause we got one life.
Today's podcast, Australia versus Denmark. It could not have been a more beautiful day for Group C's match, which took place at the Samara Arena in a town where they make space rocket engines. This is the fourth time the teams have played each other, but the first time they have drawn. And wow, these FIFA fans are shooting for the stars. Everyone here is so excited to represent their country and watch their teams compete, which just makes the atmosphere so much more fun to be around. We were all on the edge of our seats watching today's game, waiting for something more to happen, considering every game yesterday was a 1-0 score, and I'm really looking for some more excitement from the games in round 2, which I definitely think happened today. Plus, now you can legally bet on the games during the 2018 FIFA World Cup. Supreme Court struck down the laws restricting sports betting in U.S., on May 14th, 2018, just a month before the game started. And FIFA ranks Denmark number 12 in the world, while Australia is number 36. Experts were betting on a win for Denmark, but if Australia can get on the board, its defense would be good enough to force a draw or to overall win the game. Needless to say, the experts were right. The final score was Denmark 1, Australia 1. So, kicking off the game, Denmark scored its first fantastic goal in the 7th minute thanks to the FIFA man of the match, Christian Eriksen, who was assisted by Nikolaj Jørgensen. Great technique from both players. Jørgensen nicks it over to Eriksen, who rocketed the ball past the stretching Matt Ryan.
Here's Jørgensen to Eriksen! And Denmark take the lead! And it's the star man who delivers yet again.
The Danes have stood unbeaten in its last 17 international matches, which probably made Australia a little nervous because they really could not afford to lose this game if they wanted any chance of moving on to the knockout round, since they already lost to France 2-1 on Saturday. But luckily for the Aussies, they were able to level out the score in the 38th minute on a controversial penalty kick made by, yet again, Jedinak, number 15. I mean, what a star player. Australia's last 5 goals in competitive games have come from Jedinak's penalties. Kasper Schmeichel made a tragic mistake of diving the completely opposite direction, but Jedinak looked pretty confident in where he was shooting the ball from the get-go. And this particular penalty kick was controversial because VAR was used to determine if Denmark defender Yussuf Poulsen had a handball, deferring the potential goal of Australia's forward Matthew Leckie. And man, some Twitter users are just trying to pick fights at this point. People have been saying the hand movement was totally natural, Denmark should have won, blah blah, but I mean, after watching a replay, I would say it's pretty evident Poulsen was at fault. But let me know what you thought about the call in the comments below. But in the end, Poulsen was booked for the handball and the game continues. For all you soccer newbies, VAR, Video Assistant Refereeing, is the newest technology in football. It basically allows an opportunity to replay incidents that happen during a match, and it helps the refs make a more concrete decision or even correct refs' mistakes. It helps to make corrections in 4 specific areas, including goals, penalties, red cards, and cases of mistaken identity. This is also what allows all of you fans at home to see reviewed plays on your TV screens. Denmark coach Age Hareide wasn't too happy about this VAR call. And sometimes VAR is used and a penalty is awarded, and other times it's not. So it's definitely not consistent yet. It may take a little bit more time for that. But until it does change, we don't really know who's deciding these calls. It varies every game. It's just human error. But he said, quote, "It removes a bit of the charm of football." There were no goals in the second half, but lots still happening here. Denmark's Poulsen concedes to a penalty and is yellow carded, which means he is suspended for the 3rd match. Poulsen is replaced by Martin Braithwaite. 17 minutes in, it looked like Andrew Nabout hurt his shoulder somehow, and he seemed to be in a lot of pain as he walked off the pitch, despite it really not looking like much in the replay. He somehow landed on it awkwardly and possibly dislocated it. Tommy Juric was brought in for Nabout, and after the game, it was confirmed that he is completely ruled out of the World Cup due to his shoulder injury, which has just got to be pretty upsetting for him and his team just to come so far and have your future chances of playing just crushed 2 days in. And also, Sisto is yellow carded for dissent after a challenge, which was honestly unnecessary, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Now, the Socceroos have got to win its match against Peru on Tuesday in Sochi if they want to advance.
But the conclusion is we have 1 point, and we deserve 4 points in these 2 games today. Beside the first 15 minutes, we played very well and had chances to win, and we deserve to win. So I'm disappointed.
Denmark also settling for 1 point, which brings them to 4 points total through 2 games in Group C at the World Cup. Denmark is now in second place behind France, and those teams will play each other on Tuesday as well. But thanks for joining in on The Breakdown. Tune in tomorrow with Marquise Holmes on Brazil versus Costa Rica. This has been yours truly, Virginia Wyckoff, KSU News Now.